Have never seen what happened in New York City today. Donald Trump is the first former president to ever be convicted on federal charges. Good evening, I'm Chad Silber.
And I'm Sydney Moore. The verdict wraps up a trial that spans several weeks. The jury found Trump guilty on all 34 counts of falsifying business records.
Prosecutors say Trump was part of a scheme to influence the 2016 election by paying porn star Stormy Daniels to hide their alleged affair. They say he directed staff to cover it up in his business records. Trump downplayed the conviction, saying it's part of some corrupt scheme against him.
We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man, and it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution. Our whole country is being rigged right now.
The district attorney overseeing the case commended his prosecutors for their work in the case. He says it took courage from both them and the jury to follow the truth.
While this defendant may be unlike any other in American history, we arrived at this trial and ultimately today at this verdict in the same manner as every other case that comes through the courtroom doors, by following the facts and the law and doing so without fear or favor.
Trump will be sentenced in July, days before he is expected to formally be named the Republican nominee for president.
Social media lit up with questions immediately after the jury read the verdict. The obvious one, will Trump actually go to prison? That's not entirely clear. A judge could sentence him to probation, house arrest, or several years in prison. It's important to note, in similar cases in Manhattan, the defendant has only gone to prison 10% of the time. The next big question, will it impact the election? Well, despite the conviction, Trump is still eligible to run for president. As long as he doesn't go to prison, he'll even still be eligible to vote. And the last question, what about an appeal? It is expected that Trump will challenge the verdict. A CBS News expert says he has options.
Look for them to challenge not just the judge in this case, but to challenge Stormy Daniels' testimony, where they asked for a mistrial. Right after the testimony, they said it was irrelevant, it went too far. So lots of live grounds for them to appeal here.
Political leaders on both sides of the aisle had a lot to say about the verdict. U.S. Senator Ted Budd from our state said President Trump deserves the same constitutional rights as any American, but from the start. This was a rigged charade designed to weaponize the justice system to interfere in the presidential election and hurt President Trump. The Biden-Harris campaign released a statement saying, quote, in New York today, we saw that no one is above the law. Donald Trump has always mistakenly believed he would never face consequences for breaking the law for his own personal gain.